Hi guys, Dirty D here. On this edition of Barbecue Beer and Freedom, we're going to be reverse searing fillets and ribeyes. So I wanted to show you guys the configuration of our charcoal here. So this is the big green XL. We have FOGO charcoal in this arrangement right here, and we have a cast iron grate on this side. So the first thing we need to do is get our charcoal lit up. So this time we're going to light the charcoal and get it all going instead of just the middle or maybe the outsides. So this cook is actually going to be a raised indirect cook, except for the searing part of this. Okay, hi guys, Dirty D here. We've got the big green XL here loaded up with the FOGO charcoal. And so we've got our burn ready here. And we're using a La Plancha in the backside, the expander on the top. And we're going to stick the other part of the La Plancha in here like this to block off our heat after we dump water inside it, because we got a little rain unexpected here in Florida. Okay, now we're going to come up to temperature while we go prepare steaks. Hi guys, Dirty D here, Barbecue Beer and Freedom. As you can see, we have 3 nice size fillets and 3 nice size ribeyes here. So we're going to rub them down the same for our reverse sear indirect cooking of steaks for this episode. So I'm just going to put some olive oil on these, just a little bit, and I'll rub it in, spread it out amongst all of these. So I rub them down, sides, bottom, everything, give them a good coat. So for the rub, I'm just going to use salt and pepper, equal parts. And then we'll do a compound butter at the end when we're almost done cooking. So for this blend here, I have sea salt and coarse ground black pepper. That's it. You don't want to, really don't want to put too much stuff in the beef, because it actually the beef flavor we want to make it shine. So we're not going to go crazy on our rubs when we do beef. So once you get it sprinkled on, rub it in just a little bit. Then get the sides of each steak, a little sprinkle. Then flip them all over, do the back side of them. Forget the sides of these fillets here. So this was 1 tablespoon of each, and I think we're going to make it through here. I think it's going to be just right. It's always a good idea to let the meat rest for an hour to come up to room temperature. All right, looks pretty good to me. We're gonna go out and check our charcoal and put the steaks on. With some of these prime cuts here today. So our temperature is just about 300 degrees, and we're gonna put these fillets, since they're the thicker cut, we're gonna put them towards the direct heat. And then we're gonna fill in our ribeyes in the back row just a little bit here. And then if we have to rotate them along the cook, we will. Something like that. Now we just sit back and wait. Hi guys, Dirty D here, back with the big green XL and our steak cook. So here we have a thermal pin. We're going to take our first temperature plug here, and we're looking about 155 there. I'm going to try the ribeye. It's about 139, 130. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a flip, and we're going to do a rotation from the back to the front. And what I'm using today is going to be this fork. And I'm just going to plug up these fillets here on the high heat for just a second. Then we're going to scoot these up here with their fat to the heat so we get all that fat rendering, because that's what we're going for. Actually, we're going to move this one over and put this one right here because this one's looking pretty delicious right now. So we're going to do a flip. And I realized I didn't flip these, so I'm going to flip these over. And this is looking amazing. So we've been on this cook for about 35 minutes, I think. We're getting there. We're going to shut it down. Come back in a little bit. Hi guys, Dirty D here. Barbecue, beer, and freedom. Big green egg once again. We got some steaks on here. So we have 3 ribeyes and 3 fillets. So now, after using the thermal pin, we're going to pull our fillets off, and we're going to render the fat off our ribeyes. So I'd like to be able to render both meats, but the fillets, obviously, they have no fat. So for my family, we took the fillets to about 145. We're going to give them a resting period. As you can see, they're nice and juicy and looks pretty delicious right there. So we're going to close them up. We're going to move these to the pan too, because we're going to let them rest before we crank it up and render the fat off. So I said that exactly opposite of what I should have. We're going to take these inside for 5 minutes. We're going to open the big green egg XL on high heat, crank it up, and then we're going to reverse sear our fillets, or our ribeyes, because our fillets are done. So we're going to try to render the fat off our ribeyes. We're going to put them on there, and we're going to only go for 2 minutes each side. And we're going to leave it open this time so we can get the high heat content rolling on here. So we got a timer going, and we're going to go for 2 minutes on this side. We're going to flip them over and try to melt all that ooey gooey fat. Alright guys, we're going to try to sear all the edges of these ribeyes here. I'm not doing very well at it right now. Just going to let it go for just a little bit there. Then we're going to rotate to the end. And we're going to get this other side on this one here. We're going to sit that one off the side. Maybe we'll even sit that one up here high. But it's looking the way it's supposed to look. I'm going to work on this big piece of fat right here. On this particular one. I'm going to steer that up. I'm going to let that go for just a little bit here. A little peak. Maybe just a little bit longer. We're actually gonna rest it right there. Gonna work on this other one, make sure it's not going where we don't want it to go. Gonna do the sides, and that one's looking pretty awesome. I'm really hoping my nephew put a call out on that one because that one looks awesome. We're gonna do one more time on the back side here. Be careful because this is hot. It does get hot. So hot it's burning my hands off. That one might be good. I think we're good. All right, pause. 2, 1. Hi guys, Dirty D here, and so we have our ribeyes now off the high sear on the Big Green Egg XL. We're gonna let them rest after we put some compound butter on them, and then it'll be time to eat. Come to my yard. Ready? Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna use some of our compound butter, which is just butter and garlic, salt, and pepper, and we're gonna let these melt here on our ribeyes as they rest for 5 minutes.
Wait, run it back.
And then we're gonna be ready to eat. So something like that. I think it turned out amazing. Guys, so here's what we have. So we had these resting for 5 minutes. The fillets, the butter's kind of melted, but the juice is all redistributed. I'm gonna take a little bite out of this ribeye right here because I know they're done. Just a little bite, and it's pretty much medium well, I think, and that's how I like mine. So we're gonna take a bite here. And like always, that's delicious. So I'm Dirty D, your host from Barbecue Beer and Freedom. Please like my page and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on post notifications.